Greetings, everyone. Stephen Denalco here with our daily feeling connected meditation because social distancing doesn't have to isolate us energetically. So, the theme for our meditation today is seeing the light on the darkest of nights. Seeing the light on the darkest of nights. And if it's important for us to do that is to not in a Pollyannish way, but rather in an encouraging way and a way to build up our own strength and fortitude, and then to be able to take that strength and show up for others in a powerful, loving, courageous way. So seeing the light on the darkest of nights. And for many people right now, I suspect many are going through dark nights of the soul because of this distancing that's happening and the social distancing, which is really physical distancing. And nevertheless, there is light in the sense that we can do our own work of being comfortable with ourselves because we have this great opportunity of being with ourselves and spending time with ourselves. And then as we become more attuned to the power of our own being nature, we can show up for others. And we can show up for others in our interactions with them over the telephone or online and so forth. So with that, invite us all to become centered and still. Take in a nice deep breath and hold it at the top for a moment, and then gently release. And become attuned to your breathing rhythm, feeling the flow of your inhale and your exhale. And it's another important attunement. Another important thing to pay attention of is the flow of our breathing, especially when we come into meditation. Because as you follow the flow of your own breath, you're following a natural process. There's no forcing it. There's no striving or straining. There's no trying to get it quote unquote right. It's simply just to breathe and to notice your breathing and to accept your breathing for what it is and how it happens. And we can even extrapolate that further by meditating on the fact that we don't judge ourselves for the way we breathe. It just simply happens, and it's simply in process on our behalf. So we can honor the breath. Inhale, exhale. We know with every inhale, we take in the air that we need. And with every exhale, we expel what we don't need. And with every inhale, we don't have to inhale extra because we know as we exhale and then we inhale again, the next breath has all that we need. All is provided for breath to breath. So we see the light through the process of our own life, honoring the intelligence of our bodies, and then honoring the power of our own intention and focus. For instance, as I invite you to become aware of something as simple as your breath and truly the power and the intelligence that is behind it. And as is our mantra in this meditation series, we are not alone. Just feeling more deeply into our connectedness to the earth. We do that by feeling the gravity of the earth holding us on the spot where we're seated. And it's a connection that's always present, always happening, always is. Feeling connected. And that too is a light. We don't unnecessarily float away untethered to our home, this planet. And we know that from day to day on this planet, we go through cycles of day and night, and there is light, and then there is dark, and then there is light again. So just feeling connected to the earth, we can feel lighter in the sense that this connection is always constant and affirmative. This awareness of connection to the earth by the gravity of the earth holding us right here and right now on this spot. We are never alone. Us and the earth. And then contemplate the connectedness of all human beings and sentient beings on earth through the power of this gravitational connection. So in essence, we are all gravitationally connected to one another because we are connected to the earth. And that too is a light. We are enlightened by that as the truth, and we stand in the glow of divine spiritual light, sharing this connectedness. And then in your mind's eye, picture those who you love, friends and neighbors and colleagues and partners, and even people you just know as acquaintances. And as you see their images flash through your mind, see them all surrounded by a brilliant white light. And as you do that, you are affirming a blessing upon them, for you see them in all of their beauty, their power, their glory, their perfection. The reality of each of them as spiritual beings, sharing a human experience with you. We are never alone. Feeling connected. And then see yourself in your mind's eye, and see yourself enfolded in a brilliant white light. And that light cleanses you, it rejuvenates you, it encourages you. That light strengthens you and fortifies you, fills you with wisdom, with love, with power, with peace. And then this brilliant white light that you see yourself surrounded in, and you see others surrounded in, is shared by us all. So again, we're feeling connected by sharing the light. And the beauty is that there is no limit to the light. That we can't ever waste the light or run out of the light, but the light always is. And in the darkest of nights, the moment the light appears, there's no more dark. So therefore, darkness in and of itself is not an entity. Darkness in and of itself doesn't have a power. Darkness in and of itself is not a form of consciousness, but rather the light in its omnipotence cancels out the light as soon as it appears. And there is no hiding a light in a dark space. And even as much as you might try to cover a light, as the parable goes, by putting a bushel basket over it, nevertheless, that light is going to leak out in some form, in some way, through some crack. And even if you were to hold the light in your cupped hands, that light will escape in some way through the transparency of your own skin. So light is omnipotent. It continues to expand and to unfold, and it doesn't do it with force. It does it simply by being the light. And every morning when the sun comes up, we share that light with everyone. There's no hoarding it. There's no trying to put it away someplace so that we can save it for later. It's in the moment, fully present, and it's a shared experience. And through the power of that daily light, we can expand our consciousness of a common connection, feeling connected. So let us take the meditation on the light as commonly shared and our connections of the earth for a few moments and contemplate upon these in the silence. Seeing the light on the darkest of nights, feeling connected, meditating on omnipresence, the presence of us all. We are never alone. And now begin to bring awareness fully back to your embodied self. Just rub your hands together just to feel your own body. Shrug your shoulders a little bit, just roll them, get back in tune with your body. Feel the air circulating in the room around you. Take in one final deep cleansing breath, fill your belly with it, hold it at the top for a moment, and then release with a sigh. And then when you're ready, open your eyes, be here, and be aware right now. So thank you for joining me in our daily feeling connected meditation, because social distancing doesn't have to isolate us energetically. So remember, we are never truly alone, so keep up your own consciousness practice of feeling connected. Peace, health, and namaste.